Do you like magic? Today we have a very special guest on our show. He's an international magic performer, performing in the world-famous Hollywood Magic Castle. He's also a semi-finalist and shares the stage with some of the top magicians in Asia in the Grandmaster Asia TV magic competition. He is the Charming Conjurer. Thank you very much, Ming. Thank you for granting us this interview. Can you just maybe introduce yourself? Tell us what you do.
My name is Ming, and I'm a magician. I'm a professional magician performing full time. Yeah.
I was wondering just one thing. You call yourself the Charming Conjurer. Is that something that you still call yourself now?
Actually, that's a new slogan that I'm going through, because right now during this circuit breaker period, there's quite a lot of downtime in terms of performance lah. Okay, and because of that, I'm actually doing a lot of back-end stuff. For example, revamping my website, my business, my whole brand direction that I'm doing. And so the Charming Conjurer is one of the things that will be coming out lah.
Awesome. So you talk about little thing about, while you have time during this circuit breaker period and you are really, doing some backend stuff, prepping ready. Maybe you want to share with us, like what are the things that you get yourself really ready for, when, circuit breaker is lifted?
Things that I'm preparing myself for example, how future shows will go. So in terms of performance, because magic is something that needs interaction. And right now is actually a period of time where people are afraid of too close interaction. And so that is something that magic has to change to adjust to this new normal lah. But at least for the short term, the magic has to adjust in ways that, for example, how somebody picks a card, right? So instead of reaching and take a card, people might be apprehensive to do that. So instead, you might have to tell them you drop the cards and then say stop, and then they whatever card it is, you show it to them instead of actually they picking it. So simple stuff like that, and how some magic that has to do in their hands, you might need to change the way of doing it so that minimize the touch.
Really, before the show started, we were talking about you doing something like an online magic show. Maybe you want to share that with our audience?
I call it the virtual magic show because I conduct it over Zoom, and it's usually for private events. For example, a group of people that want to have an online gathering together on a weekend night or something like that. Or even some companies are having like family gatherings, get-togethers online. And it's kind of like what we are doing now, talking over Zoom, and then the magic happens through the camera. You want me to give you an example? I mean, I can.
Sure.
Right now, we can't really travel out of the country, but I found a way where I can actually travel with my imagination, of course. And for this, we need some money. Okay? Now, that's a US dollar. Of course, I'm in Singapore. I don't really need a US dollar. If I were to travel to another country, for example, Australia, right? Then I would need to change it to Australian currency.
Oh, wow.
In Europe, that's a 20 euro. That's 100 yen. And I even have Brazilian peso with me. But of course, I'm in Singapore, so I don't need all those. All I need is just to have Singapore currency. And right here, I have with me $50 Singapore note. And so that is perfect.
Wow, awesome. That's really, really very impressive. That's the kind of interaction we are going to have, really going into the new normal. And you have just gave us, an example of how we are going to absorb. A lot of trades are going to adapt and change when we get into a new normal. I think our audience will, take a piece away from this interview. Yeah. So just one final thing is, if there's anything that you want to, an advice, something that you will give to our audience when we go into a new normal, what kind of advice would that be?
Well, in the new normal, I think that we need people that are able to adapt and be very flexible with the ways they conduct, whether it's business or just the way things are going, because you never know in the future how something else might strike, and then the way things have changed. For example, before this, a lot of companies didn't prepare themselves for shifting everything online and doing e-commerce or anything like that. But because of this, they were forced into it, and you realize that actually everybody can adapt to it. It's just whether we want it. The initial to change is always very hard. The initial blockage that you think that it's very hard to get over it. So I think advice would be to stay flexible and be quick to adapt to changes in the environment. Yeah.
So there you have it. We all need a little magic during this challenging period as we emerge stronger from this pandemic. Now, if you are interested in magic, check out the link in the description below and get a copy of Ming's book. This is Pete, and I'll see you in the next episode.